It's quite the prestigious musical. After all, it's the winner of the Tony Triple Crown. That means Best Musical, Best Score, and Best Book. But that doesn't mean that Avenue Q is highbrow.
No, not necessarily. After all, this smash hit is a risque and comedic look at love, work, racism, and sexuality, all expressed by puppets. Michael and Michelle are here to tell us more about Avenue Q. Welcome. Good morning to you both. How are you?
Welcome.
Good, how are you?
I have to say, this is probably my favorite musical, right up there, ironically, with Mary Poppins. And it deals with some of those big issues, things that you wouldn't expect to come out of puppets' mouths. So would you talk a little bit more about that, how it works?
Sure. You know, I feel like it's so important to be able to laugh at ourselves, be able to learn and grow as a society. South Park is a really good example of a way that, you know, animation is used to poke fun at stuff that sometimes can be very true. And I think puppetry, in this show in particular, really enables us to put a mirror up to life and find some comedy in a lighthearted way and be able to have fun with it. So.
And Michael, this is your first time ever using a puppet, talking like a puppet. So talk a little bit about your experience and what you've learned.
This is definitely a very unique experience. And something that I've learned really from Michelle is that it's the attention to detail. And it's the small, like as I'm talking to you, you know, I might move my hand or I might glance the other way. And it's really important to throw a look over here or a look over there or, you know, hello. And it's really the small movements that make the puppet come alive and really make the audience fall in love with the puppet and see him as a real person on stage.
Now, he mimics your personality.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an extension of him, so everything that I would do, I would say to you, and exactly everything I'm doing or thinking, I translate my acting skills into him, and he does what I want him to do.
That can't have been too easy to learn.
No, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy process to begin with, but you know, and she might talk about it in a little bit. It's an intense rehearsal process, and but we got the hang of it, and I think it's another niche that all of the U of A cast now has just in the professional world.
Perfect.
Just one more thing we can add to our resume.
Definitely. And Michelle, you were in the original Las Vegas cast of Avenue Q, and I think we really do need to sort of talk about how funny this musical is, because it is, and it's amazing. Why did you decide to be, again, just continuing on this? What do you like about it?
There's not a whole lot I don't like about it. I mean, it is not like any other show
it really
you will ever see. Maybe Book of Mormon kind of, you know, pushes the same envelope in some ways, but, you know, it's written by the same guy. You know, Bobby Lopez partnered with the South Park team for that one. So, you know, there's not a whole lot I don't like about the show. It's funny, it's lighthearted, it has so much heart. I personally can connect to it on so many levels, just, you know, through my life experience and, you know, growing pains and falling in love for the first time. And I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can't connect to at some point in the show.
Agreed.
Now, if people are going to this expecting to see Sesame Street or the Muppets, they're wrong, aren't they?
They're wrong. You're not going to get Sesame Street. It's more Sesame Street for adults. I certainly wouldn't recommend children at this particular production, but you know, I tell people about my 90-year-old grandpa, who's a Republican, who nearly wet himself. I'm sure he probably did, maybe multiple times.
Right.
But you know, he had so much fun and didn't stop talking about it. I mean, still doesn't stop talking about it for years and years, just because it was so much fun for him. So really, it's for everyone. It's for old folks, for young folks,
for
and everything. Republicans with a good sense of humor and an open mind. You know, everyone alike.
What was it that you really gained from being able to teach students, from being able to teach Michael? What do you appreciate most about that?
Oh, God. Teaching for me has put a whole new level of life for me. I'm a new mom, new-ish mom. I have 2 children. But they have really become, you know, more children for me.
No.
Well, I mean that sincerely. Yeah. Each production that I work with, I get so attached to and so invested in giving them as much as I possibly can, so that, you know, I feel like I'm contributing to the future of theater. So much that I have actually opened my own my own theater studio in Los Angeles called Workshop Lane, and I teach musical theater acting as well as puppetry, just because I just love it so much. You know, it's really so rewarding for me to be able to pass on what I've learned along the way.
Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Yes. Oh, how fun is that? Now, when we were on the break, we talked a little bit about what the skill level really is to do what you do. So touch on that just briefly on how you're looking at monitors, it's above you, all of that.
Well, specifically, there's a few fundamentals that I teach. We use a little eyeball puppet, you know, in the very beginning. It's a very intense, fast and furious work session. I throw a lot at the kids all at once about focus and learning how to really pinpoint focus and learning how to breathe and laugh and, you know, show emotion through the puppet. Learning what gravity is. You know, you can't just slide alongside. You've got to really give some kind of reality to this puppet, and it's all really in the reactions and so many elements.
Yeah.
And I teach in layers. So I generally will teach one thing, we'll do an exercise, I'll teach a new thing, and you know,
the voice. So would you mind telling us something in each of your puppets' voices?
Sure. You want to start?
Oh, what do you want me to say?
Oh, I don't know.
Where and when can we catch the show?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, go to www.tickets.arizona.edu.
Or you can see get tickets at the UA box office by calling 520-621-1162.
Wonderful.
Oh, that
Thank
was
you
so
very much.
awesome.
Can't wait
Thank
to
you
see
guys
it again.
very,
It
very
is
much.
just
Thank
a
you for
wonderful
having us.
show.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. And right now, again, the Arizona Repertory Theater has an ongoing contest. When you find them on Facebook, you will be entered to win a free pair of tickets to see Avenue Q, plus a $50 gift card to Pasco Kitchen and Lounge. The show runs October 7th through the 28th, and to get your tickets, you can call 621-1162, or you can visit online tickets.arizona.edu.
And we want to remind you to nominate those teachers who go above and beyond to help educate the children of the Tucson community for our Teacher of the Month program, sponsored by Premier Auto, the dealer for the people.
All you have to do is go to our website, TucsonMorningBlend.com, and click on the contest page. After that, just tell us who you think deserves to be our next Teacher of the Month and why.
When we come back, we have a giveaway that might just land you your Prince Charming.
Plus, what's hot and what's not for moviegoers. Jim Ferguson is here to dish on all the details. We'll be right back.